SVP Devices and Services, Dave Limp. Dave, good morning. So how's this going to work? I mean, I guess if I get my own version, I can call Alexa, have people call Alexa whatever they want. Does the data still, some of it flow to Amazon to make Alexa smarter and some of the data flow just to the customer? How does it work?
It's up to the customer and the partner we have. We launched it with Fiat being the anchor customer, but Fiat Chrysler, but it has the ability to work in different ways. And so if a car company, by the way, it's not only for car companies, it could be for anyone, to want to keep the data that they have private for their customers and in their own cloud, we can offer that capability. If they want to hand off something that their assistant may not be as smart with over to Alexa and the customer has said that's okay, then we can do a seamless handoff to Alexa so that Alexa could answer the question.
Now, Dave, you're not calling it this, but to me, this is the first major launch of a consumer operating system of the cloud era. Because if I'm thinking about what Alexa does and the number of different devices it has the potential to be in now, both across enterprise, across consumer, and people never know that Amazon is actually powering underneath. I mean, that's incredibly powerful. How would you characterize exactly what type of a product Alexa now is?
Well, we think of this as an era of ambient computing. We've talked about that before, John. And the idea that you are talking to something, you're interacting with something that you actually don't know is an operating system. You don't know that there's apps running. It doesn't have that traditional sense of it, but it is actually adding a lot of value to customers. And we do think that there are a lot of different places. Obviously, we started with smart speakers. We've extended to things with smart displays. We announced the CES this year with PCs, but we think this idea of ambient computing and Alexa powering that, it has a lot of breadth and can be in a lot of different places. Ambient
computing also raises security challenges because if computing's everywhere, data's everywhere, you got to secure it. You recently announced that you're adding end-to-end video encryption to Ring products. What's your philosophy and intention in spreading encryption throughout things that Amazon does and the timeline for that?
Yeah, we've been really focused on the home, in and around the home for the last 5 or 6 years, which has really benefited people, certainly during the past year, during the pandemic. But when you do that, the home is an incredibly personal place for customers. So security has to be foundational. And so with cameras, some people are happy to have their footage stored in the cloud, and so they can have flexibility and they can see it from a lot of different devices. But some customers want that video solely to themselves. They don't want anybody to see it, including Amazon. And in that case, we've added end-to-end encryption. And with that, the customer has the key. We don't have the key, and they have complete control over their video assets. And we think that's a great addition for customers. We're just launching it this week. We'll see what customers say, but we're one of the first to do it, and I hope the rest of the industry follows. I think it's really, really good for customers.
Hey, Dave, it's Deirdre Boza. Good to see you, and good morning. Now, the custom assistant comes just a few years after you guys announced the Echo Auto. So does today's announcement suggest that there wasn't a lot of pickup for that device? And what happens to it now if you're essentially letting automakers create their own competing product?
Yeah, I think you're seeing the evolution of our strategy around automobiles. Echo Auto fills the need for automobiles that are already on the road, and there are tens of millions, hundreds of millions of those around the world. And we think a lot of those customers will want to have access to a voice assistant as well, in this case, Alexa. And it's been a very popular product for us, especially kind of sub $50. But the real way that you're going to want to interact with a voice assistant in your car is to have it built in. It just takes time for us to be able to do that. So we've started seeing the first cars from various manufacturers, BMW, Fiat Chrysler, others, come to fruition over the past year and a half, 2 years. And now with the addition of Alexa Custom Assistant, it allows us to add even more flexibility for those auto manufacturers to add it in and build it in moving into the future.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.